Hey everybody, it's Brooke. I'm back with a couple more Halloween journals that are going in the Etsy shop. I love Halloween. These little guys are more traveler's notebook size, as you can see, and they're all very similar to each other, but I'm going to go ahead and go through them so you can take a pick. Not a pick, a peek. I apparently have totally forgotten how to speak. I need to get out more. This first one is called Bewitched, and you can see it's this fabulous orangey fabric. This is cotton trim, rather, that I found, and I can't find any more of. I love it, but I made a little ruffle with black grosgrain on top. I don't know if you can see, but it is hand-bound, and it's got this rosette, ruffly black trim on the spine, and this is the back. And again, it's a paper cover. So we will go into it. All the specs will be in the Etsy description, and there will be a link down below as well. The cover is just made with scrapbook paper, so that's the inside of the scrapbook paper. This is a digital page that I made. It's got a little tag on it. Tab. The other side of that digital page. Another digital page that I made. Other side of that. Here's some scrapbook paper with fabulous spooky spiders all over it, and I stapled on a little bit of fabric to the top. I went crazy with my tiny attacher. And then on the bottom you can see I stitched on this trim that's kind of like velveteen spider webs. I love that. This page is a small half page, and it's just coffee dyed paper where some of my spray inks got transferred, and so that's that. Here's another digital page that I made, and I've just got a little card there clipped on with a paper clip that has gingham on it that says boo. Coffee dyed notebook paper. This is reinforced with washi tape in the seam, in the binding. This is a vintage shorthand page that I coffee dyed. This is more digital scrapbook paper that I made, and I've stitched on some black tassel trim. There's the other side of that digital image. A treat bag that I coffee dyed. It's got a tag in it that's scrapbook paper and coffee dyed with some Tim Holtz fabric stapled up on the top. And here's another coffee dyed paper. Some stitching. Here's a little paper clip charm that has a moon on it. And just this little tiny tag that actually is supposed to go this way, hanging out under the paper clip. Then on this side you can see it's the coffee dyed paper folded over, and that's where the stitching is, and it's made into a tuck spot. And that paper clips are really holding that stuff in. There's a little tag, another little tag, and a copy of some vintage ladies, photograph of these scary looking ladies. So those are all just tucked in that pocket. Lots and lots of room for writing and photos and all your goodies. This page is actually netting. It's black and silver netting that I just think looks kind of cobwebby and cool. Here's a fabric flip over some scrapbook paper. Oh, and at the top is this fun trim, black and orange, kind of, they're not really pom-poms, they're kind of like little nubbly balls. Can you see those? They're cute. So I like that page a lot. Then that scrapbook paper opens up like that. And I've made a pocket here, and there's a tag for journaling, and you can fit more stuff in that pocket. This next page is another digital page that I made, and it's got a paper tab on it. Other side of that digital paper, and the quote says, "Moon whispers, 'tis the night of the grave's delight, and the warlocks are at their play. Ye think that without the wild winds shout, but no, it is they, by Arthur Cleveland Cox." Ooh, creepy. Then to cut the creep factor a little bit, there's a kid's page, which I think is adorable. Here is some coffee dyed deli paper with a label and another little fabric tab stapled on. Another digital page. Here's an envelope that is bound in to keep all your treasures, and that's actually the center of the signature. And so these are just all the other pages. This one, my ink was running out or something, and it printed these yellow lines, but I ended up really liking them, so I kept it. So there's that, and then there's a vampire definition on the back of that. The parchment paper that's been coffee dyed in the children's page. Here's another digital page that I made. In the back of that, here's that scrapbook paper, and there's another pocket. And well, apparently I've glued in a nice journaling card. Didn't really glue it in, but not like it hasn't happened before. Ask me how I know. It's the back of the scrapbook paper, and I just did a little fabric and a sticker and a little spider printed on cork. He feels really cool. There's the other side of that pretty netting. More coffee dyed paper, more of that cotton trim I stitched on there as a pocket. Here's a Tim Holtz charm that says beware. And here's this pretty girl. Just a little journaling card tucked in there. There's a parchment bag that's stitched in, coffee dyed, and it has this big tag in there. Oh, I love this ribbon. Isn't that cool? It's black, and I don't know if you can tell it's gold. I think that's really pretty. Here's another one of the digital pages. And there's the back side of it. The shorthand page that's been coffee dyed. Here's that coffee dyed notebook paper. And I've just made a little tuck spot out of a cut apart. And there's a journaling card inside. Then there's the back of the notebook paper, and I love how the notebook paper kind of ran when I coffee dyed it. That was fun. And you never know what notebook paper is going to do that. There's another digital page, and I've just stapled on a piece of fabric and a little tiny, I think that's a Tim Holtz piece of ephemera with an eyeball on it. And there's the back of that. There's that little scrap of coffee dyed paper where the ink spray, the green ink spray kind of bled from something else, and it almost looks like mold or something. It looks cool. Here is a little tuck spot that I made with skeleton ribbon, and I did a little fabric and bat and bling collage on that. And there's a journaling card tucked inside that's backed on paper, on coffee dyed paper. And here's another just little bit of ephemera tucked in there. More scrapbook paper with the sparkly, they're not sparkly actually, they're just shiny spiders. And the digital page that I made. And there's the back side of that. And here's the back of the journal. The cover actually flips open like that. There's this beautiful sequiny kind of trim. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it's sparkling. And there's a spider that just is clipped on with a bulb clip down at the bottom. So that is the all and total of Bewitched. I love Halloween. I love how this one came out. So I've got two others that are very similar. I'm going to go through very quickly so you don't have to see all the same things forever, but you'll be able to see the insides of those as well. The second one that I'm going to do is called Found Curiosities. You might have seen these on my live stream. I did a quick flip through the other night. This is, the elastic band is made with a Tim Holtz word band, I guess. And then this one, I tied goodies onto the binding strings. There's this very dimensional pumpkin with sparkly beads and a key that says poison on it. And then the elastic band comes off. This is more scrapbook paper. That's the cover. And down here at the bottom, I did a little cobweb, or a spider's web rather, and creepy crawly, and some coffee dyed muslin, and just some little strings and silver thread and a bling and a spider all glued on there on the cover. I love how that came out. The inside, again, there's a pocket stitched right there. More of the digital pages that I made. Here's coffee dyed children's writing paper. Digital page. Here's a different kind of tulle that I stitched in as a page. This is orange with glitter. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks kind of nifty. Another digital page. Oh, I take that back. I'm sorry. That's scrapbook paper that I bought. And that folds out. That one is a digital page. And the vampire definition on the coffee dyed looking paper. Coffee dyed parchment paper with a label sticker on it. There's more of the digital page. And I did a lot of these gingham ribbon flags up at the top. There's the back of the digital page, a coffee-dyed treat bag that has a tiny paper clip and this cute little cut apart on there. Here is another digital page that I made, and there's the other side of that. A page that is coffee-dyed encyclopedia. And those tags, I'll get in there backwards, those rascals. This paper clip is just bling, little blingy charms. And there's a tiny tag, and then there's a little bat strip of ephemera. This one has a bell on it too, this paper clip, but it's stuck at the moment. There we go. So all those little things just clip to the side or wherever you'd like. And there's the back side. It's coffee-dyed paper where some spray dye bled onto it in sort of purples and oranges. This is scrapbook paper, and I made a pocket from some acetate. It's stapled on there. There's a little Tim Holtz girl that tucks in there, and some Tim Holtz washi tape. And there's the back side of that where there's a pocket, and inside the pocket is a tag that says the 31st with some spider ribbon. And here's just a little piece of coffee-dyed graph paper for journaling, or what have you. It's up to you. The center of the signature, again, is an envelope, and that slides out of the chilling. That little word strip is the tab that holds the envelope closed. It goes right in there. There's the other side of that scrapbook paper where it's folded up to make a pocket, and there is a little guest check in there that's coffee dyed, and it has a round label stapled on the top, and another little fabric flag or ribbon flag in the back side of that. This is coffee dyed paper where I folded it over and stitched it. Here's a paper clip that says October 31st. And this has got a pocket inside of it where there's a library card and another little tag for journaling. Oh, get in there, you rascal. There we go. So much easier to do when you're not filming, right? Guess it's not filming anymore. It's recording. And that paper clip can slide right there, or again, wherever you'd like. There's the back side of that coffee-dyed paper and the encyclopedia paper. Digital page that I made. The other side of that digital page. There's the coffee-dyed treat bag with that beautiful tag inside. I love those. And that pretty black and gold ribbon tied onto the tag. Digital paper. Other side of the digital paper and some coffee-dyed parchment paper. Here is a little tag that's clipped in again. The paper clip just has a little knot of that sparkly orange tulle. You can just about see that. And then this is a tag that has a little muslin pocket stitched on, piece of ephemera, and the back side is distressed. Here's another digital page that I made, and you can just clip that there or wherever. Other side of the digital paper. This is a tuck spot made with a vintage printable that I found somewhere, and I'm not sure where. This is scrapbook paper. There's the other side of that scrapbook paper. The other side of that sparkly orange tulle. The digital page, another digital page that I made. Here's the children's writing paper. It's coffee dyed, and this one folds out. And digital paper that I made, the back side of it. And the back cover of the journal has this beautiful black fringy stuff stitched on in orange. And here's a pocket there for any goodies that you'd like to have stored away. So that is Found Curiosities. And the very last one that I'm going to show you is called Midnight. And again, it's very similar, so I'll go through it quickly. Here's Midnight. Again, a scrapbook paper cover. Piece of elastic to hold it closed, or not. It's attached at the spine. There's the spine where it's stitched, and it's just reinforced with washi tape. I've got a fabric ruffle with this beautiful pumpkin and bat fabric. And the back side is just the scrapbook paper. When you open this guy up, The inside of the paper is, or the inside of the cover rather, has a sticker up in here. There's digital paper that I made. There's some coffee dyed notebook paper and a little, what am I trying to say? Collage that I made. Kids book paper. There's digital paper I made, again, with an Edgar Allan Poe quote. Digital paper. This is scrapbook paper. Scrapbook paper's folded up to make a pocket. And there's a printable of a creepy kid in his Halloween costume. I hope it's a kid. Eek. Digital paper. That skull ribbon again. Got a little cluster done down on there. And here's a cut apart that tucks right in there. More coffee dyed paper with a little grosgrain ribbon flag on the paper clip and a cut apart there. That's the back of that coffee dyed paper. A printable, this is, or a digital page rather. This is a paper tab that I stapled on there. Here is more of that kind of webby, glittery tool as a page. Shorthand page that's been coffee dyed. Here is a treat bag. I love these treat bags, and when I coffee dyed them, they came out really well. And there's a fun tag stuck in there with a grosgrain ribbon tiny attached to it. Down here on the bottom is a bulb clip with a spider charm on it. Eee, I love those. The back side of that bag is the orange cotton crochet trim, and it's got two little tags made out of scrapbook paper, and they just tuck right in there. There is coffee dyed parchment paper. There's another vintage, or rather a digital page that I printed out, but this one is stitched to another page, so it's a pocket. And here's a cute little vintage cut apart from a scrapbook page. Oops, get in there, you rascal. There you go. So there's a full-size pocket in there to hold whatever you'd like. And there's the other side of the pocket. Stitching all around. That's scrapbook paper, and I folded it up to stitch up to make a pocket with one of those tags that I make, and that gold and black ribbon. All of them have one of those because I love them. Here's a digital page that just has a cut apart, and this paper clip has a little black, I don't know if you can see that, there we go, a little black cube bead and some orange beads as well to make it sparkly. There's a digital page. Here's the center envelope. Another digital page with this beautiful black trim. I just love this stuff. And this has a Tim Holtz charm that says spooky safety pinned onto it. There's the back of that digital page. This page folds up into a pocket again and is stitched. And here is a tag from, I think, Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And this one is cut apart from a scrapbook paper. They're just living right in there, hanging out, having spooky fun. The back of that scrapbook paper, the digital paper that I made, and again, that's a whole pocket to put your stuff in. There's the back side of that pocket with the vampire definition. Here's parchment paper that's been coffee dyed, and it's got tassel-y trim. And I left the trim kind of sticking out here and there and off the top of the page just to give it that spooky, thready look. I really like it. They could very easily be trimmed neatly if that is more your style, but I liked how they were kind of sticking out everywhere and looking spooky. Here is another glassine bag that I coffee dyed. Shorthand page that was coffee dyed. There's the other side of that sparkly, webby looking tool, and a fabric flip with pom-poms that I put the other direction up there, and that just flips up, and here's a digital page underneath. There's the back of that digital page, some coffee dyed paper with a paper tab stapled on. There's the back of that, and the digital page that I made. There's the back of that, and here's the back of the journal that folds out. It's got a pocket stitched on right here. Here's a fun little piece of ephemera that's stitched onto coffee dyed paper. Oh, that's the center, or still the inside of the journal. I'm sorry, I thought that was the back page. Here's the other side of that. Digital paper that I made. Here's the other side of that. The other side of the children's book. Don't you love those clouds? I think they're so cute. Coffee dyed notebook paper where it got all blurry and fun. Little candle sticker down at the bottom. Digital paper that I made. There's that image. And this really is the back of the journal. And there's a little piece of ephemera there. Some really pretty trim that I stitched on. And this opens up as well to be coffee dyed paper on the inside. And then there's a little tuck spot right here with a couple more little pieces of ephemera and a little tag that tuck right in there for safekeeping. And that is midnight. So now you've seen all 5 of the journals that I've made, the Halloween journals, and hopefully one of them tickles your funny bone, tickles your spooky bone. If so, if you enjoyed these videos, if you had a good time, if you got any ideas, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. You never know what we're going to get up to. There are all kinds of places to stalk us on the interwebs that will be linked down below. And these little gems will be linked as well in the Etsy shop. So thank you so much for joining us, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye.